welcome to the channel. This first video of Commentary Dummies.
Yay.
So, you've probably read the title if you clicked on it, so you know what we're doing. Reading some Reddit stories. You know what's up. So we got our two hosts today. Myself, Bugfix, or Moon Gaming, not on other things. And Dopo here.
I plus. Am I the jerk for uninviting my grandmother for my wedding after she gave her vintage dress to my dad's affair partner? My grandma has a gorgeous vintage wedding dress. It's couture, really cool without looking dated, and she's okay with it being altered or modernized. She mentioned a few times in passing when I was a kid that as the oldest girl I had dibs on it. We aren't super close because she was the mother-in-law from heck to my mom, but she's big on passing stuff down, so I just assumed it would always be there. We had a family friend, Ella. It's kind of complicated, but my grandma had some type of romantic relationship. Think long-term paid mistress with Ella's dad, and she was a big part of Ella's growing up. Ella and my dad hated each other. My grandma always loved her like a daughter, and she was always around, though long past the relationship with her dad ending. Ella and my dad had an inappropriate relationship my entire life. They used to hate each other, and they were so immature about it. Then when I got older, I could see the way they fought was kind of changing, and there was some tension. Then they became friends. Eventually, they were both cheating on their spouses. It got to the point that he was pretty much living with her in another house and just showing up occasionally to keep up appearances. I think his biggest hesitation was that me and my siblings hated Ella. 2 years ago, he told my mom he couldn't live a lie anymore, and he was in love with Ella and thought he might have been their whole marriage. He admitted he only married my mom due to societal pressure and because she would be a good mom. He actually broke down crying. My mom had always kind of known, but she obviously fell apart. I'm trying to come around because I've never seen my dad this happy, but I still can't stand her. Currently, we're both planning weddings, and I found out my grandmother gave the dress to Ella. I asked how she could choose her own family, and she told me Ella's literally on the level of a child to her, and if she had to choose, she would choose her. I said, fine, don't come to my wedding. My dad is now mad and says I'm being childish, but he is saying that I'm too young to understand, but everyone is going to gossip, so I need to reinvite my grandmother. He's willing to pay for my dress, but says that I should get that Ella and my grandma have a special bond. Elias, what do you think of this?
Yeah, so he says that she's being childish, but he's the one who's would you that he married the mom because she'd be a good mom? If you're in love with someone else, don't lead someone else on about it.
Yeah, and the grandmother here kind of she literally says that she mentioned a few times in passing when she was a kid that the oldest girl had dibs on it, and since she's the oldest daughter, then she should have had the dress, but for some reason the grandmother decided to give it to the father's affair partner. So yeah, everybody's the jerk here except for the OP and the mom. Agreed?
Am I the jerk for reporting my son and his friends to law enforcement? This is a throwaway account because I've never used Reddit before, but I think I need to know, am I really the jerk? I, 31 male, have a son, 16 male. Me and my son have been living alone due to his mother passing when he was born. We have always had a really close relationship. I told my son that I was bisexual a few years ago, and he was completely fine with it until recently. He started acting weird. He always tried his best to avoid talking to me, and this really bothered me. Around 3 weeks ago, I got a call from his school telling me that he wasn't attending his classes. I got really worried and I left work and went straight to the school to find out where he was. I found out some days he didn't even turn up to school, and I knew that he had always made it because I dropped him off. I talked to the school and called my friends to help me look for him. and after a few hours, we found him back at the house pretending like nothing happened. We had dinner without talking, and he later came into my room and told me not to embarrass him by running into his school and acting like an idiot. I told him I wouldn't do it again and apologized, but told him he was grounded for what he did. He got really angry and said that his friends were making fun of him for weeks after they found out I had a boyfriend and that I'm ruining his reputation. He stormed out of the house and stole my car, so I called the police. They found him and his friends driving my car and arrested them. When my parents found out, they completely lost it and said that I was a horrible father and I shouldn't ruin this kid's future because of a stupid argument. His friend's parents also said I was a jerk because I was acting out of spite. I would never press charges against my son for what he did, but he has to do service with his friends for putting others' lives at risk, which I agree with. But many people and my friends are calling me a jerk for calling the police and embarrassing him in the first place. Edit. I'd like to clarify that my son doesn't know how to drive and won't be starting his lessons until he's 17. Edit. I wrote that I wouldn't be pressing charges for the theft, but my son did some damage, so it has to become a legal issue that I can't disclose any personal information on. Sorry for confusing people. Alex, you want to say anything?
Alright, so first thing I can say is, so the son here, the dad, the OP, he's not the jerk. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The son, he's 16, he knows not to steal cars and drive whenever he doesn't have a driver's license, so he's endangering other people.
Like, the son, I find it so funny when it says, my friends started making fun of me because they found out I had a boyfriend. That was, I almost started laughing then. But yeah, the dad's definitely not the jerk. But he was a little. My parents would be way more mad.
Yeah, bro, I would have been like, out the house. Bro said he was sorry about ruining his reputation and he wouldn't do it again. Bro, that's not how it works.
Yeah, the dad apologized because he embarrassed him because he went into the school because he was skipping his classes.
Yeah, and God knows what he was doing whenever he was skipping his classes. He could have been like, probably smoking, but I mean, you never know what teenager. He could just be skipping his classes. So I mean,
right? He's playing Call of Duty.
That's a waste of time. Why you skip your class to play Call of Duty? My God, Call of Duty ain't even that good.
Well, maybe it's Black Ops 2.
Had to play Plutonium, don't you?
Well,
we probably shouldn't get into an in-depth talk about Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So next story.
Am I the jerk for being mad that my family is preparing for my death since I have terminal cancer? I'm going to spare you the details and the emotions because it's already as painful as I'm writing it, and I want to be as short as possible. I, 22 male, have liver cancer. I was diagnosed with it almost a year ago. The doctor said that I have like a year and a few months left, but I can live more based on my luck. I have been holding tight to this hope, and my family's been telling me this. They made me think that I'm truly going to live longer, and that made me very happy and processing this much easier. But then I discovered they were preparing for my death these past weeks. They suddenly asked me if I'd like to donate my organs. I literally can't. I have cancer. My to-do list, they are discouraging me from going to college and spending more time with them, fetal plans, etc. It broke me when I realized what was happening. I started crying and yelling at them for this, and I said that they aren't doing anything wrong. They're just trying to prepare for the worst, entered into a huge fight with my parents, siblings, and my girlfriend, which ended with me leaving. My girlfriend is trying to contact me, but I'm ignoring her. Can't believe that they are doing this to me. It breaks me more when I realized that they were lying to me the whole time and faking it all. Am I the jerk? Edit. I'm already in college. I meant that they're encouraging me to stop going and giving up on it. Elias, what are your thoughts?
So I wouldn't call him really a jerk, but I feel like the parents aren't in the wrong, really. Like, if you know they're going to die and stuff, like, that's a heavy thing. You want to prepare for that. And also, I'm pretty sure I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure you can donate the organs that don't have cancer on them.
I mean, it depends if it spreads or not. If it's a certain type of tumor, if it spreads or grows, I mean, if it's benign, then I think you can, like, give away other organs, but it doesn't. I mean, there's certain organs that don't really matter. Like, obviously, your gallbladder and stuff, you don't need those to live. Appendix. But he has liver cancer, and I mean, what they're doing, definitely, I don't think they shouldn't discourage him from going to college, and they should want him to spend more time with them, because obviously they're his family. Your family's there to, be there for you. And I mean, if you're just gonna push him away whenever he's about to pass, I mean, it's a little bit messed up. So I'd say,
if I was him, why would you want to go to college?
Yeah, then
it's your last year. Why would you want to spend it in school and not traveling and doing something?
Well, it depends if he's in art school or something. It could be something that he really does love.
He says college, so it's probably just normal college.
I mean, you have to go to college to go to art school, I think.
No, art school is basically its own college. It's for art majors. Well, you go to basic college first, but
and then you go to art school. So it's like med school. Okay. Well, on to the next one.
Am I the jerk for telling my biological sisters I don't want to meet our biological parents? I, 30 female, am a Chinese woman who was adopted from mainland China when I was a baby and grew up in the UK. I grew curious of my roots and if I had family out there, so I took a 23andMe test. I found 4 full sisters through this test. I am the oldest. My sisters are 29, 28, 24, and 20. The 3 middle sisters are in America, and the youngest is in Germany. We have kept in contact via the internet, and we have even met in person twice before COVID started. I have 2 brothers I grew up with who are my parents' biological sons, and as far as I'm concerned, they and my parents are my true family, but I have grown close to my biological sisters as we understand each other a lot. What my parents know of my birth story is that I was found in an alleyway in a box. My sister were found relatively the same way from what they know, though they were left outside of buildings in public areas, so I'm a bit more bitter than they are about how we are abandoned, as I was left out of the way where I could have been missed. We recently got contacted by a new family member found by the test, an 18-year-old full brother who lives in France with our biological parents. Apparently, they moved there later in life. My biological sisters are excited by this and eager to meet them. They want the 5 of us to fly out together to meet our brothers and family. I've told them I won't stop them, but I have no interest in meeting the couple who clearly kept trying to have a boy and abandoned 5 daughters. We know our reminding
them. They could be more. We don't. I've told them I won't stop them, but I have no interest in meeting the couple who clearly kept trying to have a boy and abandoned 5 daughters. We know I'm reminding them there could be more. We don't know about those who haven't used 23andMe. They feel I'm being unresponsible in this, and I should at least go to meet our brother. I'm fine meeting him on one day, but not with them there. And he and I have been exchanging emails for now. I know they want the 5 of us to go out as a united front in this, and me not wanting to go is disheartening for them, but I honestly feel bitter in regards to the whole situation. Yeah, I saw some typos there. You made me mess up. You don't have to.
Hey, stop it. They're Chinese, and then they moved to the United Kingdom.
To the UK.
Wait,
No, they were adopted by parents in the United Kingdom and were raised there. So they do speak English. They probably don't even speak Chinese.
They might speak Chinese. Who knows? But who cares?
But
so
it's probably not the first.
The people that get adopted to like the UK, do they have British accents?
Yes, you get an accent
That's
by
it.
who you live around. It's not like an inherited thing.
I wish
It's
it
by who
was.
you're raised by.
Cause then I'd probably have like some weird like I don't know, probably sound like Hitler or something, but we can obviously tell she's not the jerk.
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious the parents are the jerk. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, the sisters aren't the jerk either. Like, I would want to meet my real parents.
there's not much you can
I
really
like that
say on
she's
this.
not. I like that she's not mad at the son.
Yeah, because the son didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He was just a son. But I don't know why she said, oh yeah, who are my parents' biological sons. So she's not talking about her biological brothers. She's talking about, yeah, okay. I got a little
Yeah, her
confused there.
brothers. She said that. Okay, in the thing, she messed up. She said that the brothers were her biological brothers. Like she said that. Okay, she didn't, but she made it. She
It
made
sounded
confusing
like it, yeah.
Because she said, my parents' brothers, which makes it. I meant my parents' sons, which makes it sound like her biological parents, but she was talking about her adopted parents, which she should have specified.
Well, I don't know why some people post like these things. I don't know why you're so unsure about it, but OP, you are not the jerk.
Yeah, some of this is like really obvious. Like, why would you be the jerk in this?
Yeah, like your parents literally like isn't there some sort of thing inside China though? Don't they have like some sort of cap for women?
So I'm thinking, what?
I think women or female babies in China. Yeah, I'm assuming, so they had a bunch of kids, but in China you can only have one kid.
Yeah, that's why they abandoned them.
Yeah, and they wanted to, like, if you could probably have more than one kid, they would have kept them, but they didn't. But in China, do you have to get rid of one of the kids if, like, you're getting married to somebody else? Like, do you just have to get rid of one of the kids? Like, if you both have kids.
I'm pretty sure when you give birth to them, you if they're I think you're not supposed to get rid of them, but like you can just not tell them that that your baby survived you giving birth to them, and then you just discard them like trash.
Well, yes.
But I mean, the CCP sucks, so.
Well, I guess that's gonna be it for today's video, guys, and don't forget to click that red button and have a great day. Am I right, Elias?
Yes. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. Also, leave your thoughts inside the comment section. So, see ya.